What's up, guys? It's Christian here, and it is a Saturday evening in late November, week before Thanksgiving. We are here in a Costco parking lot in Prescott, Arizona. And the reason I'm recording this video is because I've set a challenge for myself. I've got to go to Costco and Trader Joe's today. And what I'm gonna do is that I plan to have like 5 good social interactions at both of these grocery stores today. Of course, like that's like my minimum goal. Like if I don't get like that's some like minimum thing that I want to do. But like what I really want to do is have 5 good social interactions at each of the stores. And I'm making this video because I'm gonna like tell you guys how the social interactions went after I've done them. And I'm doing this like just to show like how simple it can be. You don't have to like try super hard, or it's like really simple how to get started and being charismatic and sociable and everything. So I'll tell you guys about it later. Love y'all. See y'all in a little bit. All right, we're back in from Costco. Hopefully y'all can see me because it's dark outside. It's like 6 p.m. So I wanted to, even though I really gotta pee, I'm gonna tell you guys about the social interactions that I had. So it honestly didn't like go as expected. Like I went like the whole first half of my time through Costco, man, I gotta catch my breath because I was just running to put away my cart. Just ran across the parking lot but safely though. Like I checked both ways and everything. Anyways, it didn't go the way I thought it would in the first half. Like I literally like wasn't talking to anybody, didn't find any like opportunities to talk to anybody. So I just, like went with the flow. I'm like, okay, guess I'm like, going with the 5. And so then as I was like wrapping up my visit, I went and went through like this aisle and almost like ran into somebody as they were coming down my way, and I was like, whoa, sorry bro, feels like I'm steering a container ship with all these waters. And so basically I said that because like I had a case of like big alkaline waters in my like normal cart area, and then on the underneath part I had some other like your regular 16 ounces. So a lot of water, a lot of weight. And so like I was like man, it feels like I'm steering a container ship out here. And so like just said that, and we shared a laugh with each other. And then what happened was that I was looking for this trail mix, and I was going through like had to maneuver like a cart, like people with their carts. And as I was like about to go in a certain tight space, someone else faced me in that tight space. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go run. He was like, no, I'm going this way. I'm like, oh well, this is great. And so like just that saying that this is great made everyone like laugh. And then like some other guy that was like in the middle of that made some comment and was like it wasn't supposed to be like this or something like that, like talking about like, you're like, really, I have to deal with this? Like, yeah, I think he said something along those lines, like, really, like this isn't what you like wanted to go through. And I was like, yeah, I know, I was looking for this mega omega trail mix and they don't have it, and because they moved it, I gotta deal with this crap. And so like honestly, like the lesson in there is like just building up upon the situation, right? Like taking the situation that's happening and just like exaggerating it. Like, this is great is, well, 1, it's an exaggeration. 2, it's funny because it's like not true, right? Me being stuck in like this maze of carts and being like, this is great, it's funny. It'd be like, say for example, the sun is shining amazingly today, I hate it. Or like, I know that's bad, but like basically like saying the opposite of what you expect to be said in that situation. Saying the opposite of what you expect to be said in that situation, like, really is a good way to make an interaction charismatic. And so, like, that's one. So that's like 2 interactions that I had. Then the third came when I was at the cash register, and I was like, I don't, like, little side tangent. When I'm at Costco, I like to just like, and there's a, like, scan things super fast, like, because it feels like a game, right? And games are fun, right? And so, like, I'm scanning the stuff, and then, like, I scan one of the water bottles, and I accidentally, like when I scan the alkaline waters, which are these, like, it's probably like 12 bottles of water, right, that are like high alkalinity, because, like, that's what makes them special, and they're 33.8 ounces. And so with that, like, I, as I'm like scanning them, I accidentally, like, didn't hold it strong enough. Got to get back in the gym. Didn't hold them strong enough, and they, like, like, fell on the, counter, or whatever scanning thing you call it. And and I should have actually denoted that earlier, that I was in self-checkout at Costco. Anyways, so it hit the counter, and it's like, like, don't drop it. Like, the voice from the, like, machine told me, like, it spoke to me, basically. It, like, I actually had like a, robot voice, whatever you want to call it, thing, tell me, like, don't, like, drop things on a counter so you don't, like, break this thing. And then I had a hard time trying to get, like, the other case of waters that was on the bottom of the cart onto there for me to, like, scan that. And I, like, asked the, worker right there for assistance, and she was like, about to scan it. It was like, and then I said, and I almost broke the thing, because I put the water down on there, but it's fine, whatever. And so, like, even though, like, she, like, literally ignored that and just went on to scan the water bottles, it's, like, literally just saying one extra sentence, helps an interaction. And I'll have another few examples where just saying an extra sentence helps an interaction so much. And then after that, I now this, like, if you go to Costco, do not forget your receipt, like I do, or like I did. All right, like I did. I don't do that anymore. We're making that vow. Anyways, so, like, I like realized as I was moving forward that I forgot my receipt, and so I asked a woman that was, like, at a picnic table, one of the picnic tables at Costco. I was like, hey, could you wash my cart real quick? I forgot my receipt. And she was like, yeah, I got you. And so, like, I go back to get my receipt, and, then I, got my receipt. And then on my way back to my cart, there is an attractive woman there who was working there, which I gotta make sure I come back at this time so I can see her again. But she was wearing nice boots, so I said, I like your boots. And so she said, thank you, appreciate you. And so, like, don't, like, I know that it can be very hard to read, signs and stuff, but, like, I think, me personally, I feel like that extra sentence was, like, an indication that, like, she likes me. And of course I can, like, be wrong on that, but, like, dude, like, it's a little side tangent, guys. If you're trying to get girls, assume that she likes you. Like, you have to believe something, so why not believe the positive thing, right? And so, anyways, I digress. So that's number 4, if you weren't keeping track, which is totally fine. So then number 5 came when I got back to get my cart, and I was like, thank you so much. I've got these 2 waters in my cart, so, like, steering them around probably got me so tired that when it came time to get my receipt, my brain just tapped out. And so, like, yeah, she laughed about that. So literally, it's just, and this is also, like, I'm not going to say another side tangent, but just, like, kind of a point that you can get from me talking about my social interactions, is that it's something that Hamza Ahmed talked about in one of his videos that I've watched that and been like, yeah, it makes sense. And it's like, basically he was talking about how having a sense of humor really helps your charisma. And I say that because the way he I don't know why I'm like talking so fast in this video. I guess it's because I'm so like excited to share stuff with you guys. Anyways, he was talking about how having a sense of humor, it's not about like having the right jokes or like rehearsing jokes or anything like that. It's just about whatever is funny in a certain situation, just saying what you find funny. If you see something funny, if you think of something funny, of course, there might be limits, fair enough, but just saying that, right? Like me getting stuck in the cars and being like, wow, this is great. Like if I hadn't said anything, it would have made the situation awkward. But because I said, wow, this is great, it made the situation funny and elevated the moods of everyone around me and allowed that guy to elaborate on the joke that I just made. And so literally just when you're in a funny situation, just saying what you find funny, that is charismatic. Okay, so I think I've gone over a lot of stuff. You can rewatch the video when you want to, and I'll have more to talk about once I get out of Trader Joe's. But like the main two like things that I've like gotten from this is, one, if you see something funny or you like think of something funny, just say it, and that helps the social interaction. And then two, geez, what was number two? Number two was, okay, so say something funny. If whatever is funny, you just say it. And then number two was just adding another, you know what, I forget number two. I'll remember it once I get out of Trader Joe's probably. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all in a little bit. Love y'all. Take care. All right, so we're back in the car after having shopped at Trader Joe's. So I actually forgot a couple of things. The second thing that I was going to say, like I said, number one was just, finding whatever you find funny and just saying it. Number two was in a normal interaction to just add an extra sentence. So like, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Other than having to look the entire store for bone broth, I'm great. See, that's way better than just fine or good, right? And so like, yeah, just adding an extra sentence to your interaction makes your interaction a lot better. So in Trader Joe's, honestly, not much really happened. Just went in and got my stuff, but there were a couple of good interactions that I had. So number one was I was getting garbanzo beans. And normally when I go into Trader Joe's, I get a whole bunch of garbanzo beans because if like it's like end of the night, I have like nothing like, that I can make because I didn't thaw meat or whatever the case may be. Like they're a very quick thing to just like put in the, pan and like cook till it's good, which is like 3 minutes max. And then you have it. Anyways, I say that because I get a lot of garbanzo beans when I go to Trader Joe's, and usually like 7 or 8 cans. And that'll last me until like the next visit that I have to do there. And so when I was getting my garbanzo beans, there was a lady who was like stacking, something there. And she was like, hi. I'm like, hi, how are you? Good, how are you? And then I was like, guess how many garbanzo beans I'm getting? And she's like, plenty. And I'm like, come on, pick a number. And so then she's like, well, 12. And I'm like, 7. I'm not that crazy. And that's actually what I said. I was like, 7. I'm not that crazy. And so after that, we shared a good laugh. I told her, have a good day, you as well. And so then I went to the cash register, and literally all I did was just talk about that interaction and how funny it was. And then she just asked me like what I do with the garbanzo beans. And I just told her what I usually do, which is just like make it salt, herb mayo, olive oil, and then the 4 essential, now I don't always do this, but for the sake of conversation, I just said it. The 4 essential vegetables: tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, and avocado. And And she was like, and I'm like, pretty good. And so literally that's all it is, guys. It's just adding an extra sentence. And if you find something funny or think of something funny, just saying it. That's it. It's really like, y'all don't have to, and it's scary. I get it. It's scary to like talk to a person that you have no idea who they are and they have no idea who you are, and you know, to just start a conversation in hopes of like that they like you and you make them laugh, right? Like it's scary, but that's only like how you perceive it, right? It's actually not as scary as you think. So it's honestly crazy. I've talked about social interaction, like my interactions with people, for like, this video is probably going to be cumulatively like 15 to 18 minutes, right? And this whole thing can be encapsulated into 2 tips. If you think of something funny or see something funny, just talk about it, say it. And when you're in a conversation, add an extra sentence. That's it. Now you're more charismatic, sociable, and everything than literally like almost everybody around you by those 2 simple tips. So hope this video helped you guys out. I feel like doing more of this. I like the way that this is like going, and I want to like make more of these videos because I think they're gonna help you guys in the future. Love y'all. Take care. And also, I forgot to add, when I was talking in the last video in Trader Joe's, I forgot to talk about the last social interaction that I had in Costco. So it was when I was walking out. When you walk out of Costco, they check your receipt to make sure like you've paid for everything. And normally, instead of like normal grocery bags, they have boxes there that you can put your groceries in for you to take to the car. And so there weren't any boxes at my cash register. And so I just put all the items, like the bare items, in my cart. And so when I got to the guy who was checking my receipt, it's like, hi, how are you? That's what I said. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. And I was like, I thought the purge was happening today because there's no boxes at my cash register. And he was just honestly, like, shame on that dude. Like, he like honestly like took it seriously and just said like, yeah, like we don't, like, at that time of the day, like it was like past 6 p.m. when I walked out. He was like, yeah, at this time of the day we don't have, you know, boxes, whatever. Like most of the people already, like a lot of people did their shopping like midday, so like now we're like left with nothing when it comes to boxes. And so I was like, so basically like the lesson in that is just like taking a like, oh, there's no boxes, and then like turning it into something funny, like, oh, is the purge happening? So if we tally up all the points, that means that we had 6 amazing, fun social interactions at Costco and 2 at Trader Joe's for a total of 8 for the night. Yeah, and of course, lessons to be learned from that. Say an extra sentence in an interaction. If you think or see something funny, say it, talk about it. And that's it. Love y'all. Take care.